Thank you for Patreon now for donating to the Patreon.
Hey guys, it's Vanity Ezel back at another card fight Vanguard Ezel on the Vanity weekly review. So if you guys enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and donate to the Patreon. Let's get started, shall we? So, Lyrical Monasterio. Even though I'm recording this a day earlier than, the day I actually upload the video, I'm 95% sure the day I upload this, aka tomorrow, is going to be the final, remaining 10-ish cards from Lyrical Monasterio, because, one, I know Bushy's upload thing, I have done this enough to where I know their schedule by heart, or at least how they choose to do things, so I know that tomorrow, / the day that's going to go up, is going to be a lot of reveals, which is why I'm doing this now. But also, we are soon to get set 5 reveals, I believe. I think either tomorrow or next week we'll get set 5 reveals. But for now, let's go ahead and go over the final cards for Lyrical Monasterio Booster Set 2. First up, we have Afterschool Life Yulia. Grade 1 boost 5k shield at K base. Altariel when it boosts a friend if it gets plus 5k friend to battle. So, really nice booster. It's a 13k booster for Mimish deck. Mimish, I have played it a bit. Definitely my main thing with it is, in this partially because of the way I play it, I think, or at least the game I did play with it, I couldn't get too many boosters out on board. I don't know why. I run 13, well not 13, actually no, I do run 13 grade 1s and 9 of them have friend. I don't know why I didn't draw any of them, but it happened. But this is really good for the deck. Gets you more power, because that's definitely something where if the rear guards had more power, it would have ended a turn earlier. My other thing is I wish it had friend the ability, because if it doesn't have friend the ability, and you don't have other friends, then this is effectively useless, which is the worrying thing you always have to run into with Mimish, because they nuke your board. Eventually you're not going to have friends, but hopefully you never run into that situation. But I do want to say I love this art, but unfortunately I don't run her because I don't want to take that chance. Maybe later when I can feel more confident in my ability to draw friends, then I'll be more satisfied with running her, but for now I'm not running her, but I do suggest running her at a 2 over 3 of. Next up, we have Moment of Grace Loppille. Grade 2 intercept 5k shield, 10k base. Auto, when it's put on guard circle, reveal a Kari card from your hand, and it gets plus 10k shield for the battle. So, reveal your main grade 3 for Kari, or reveal the grade 4, and it's a 15k shield. Okay, that's good. I don't like this card in particular, because I literally, before I'm recording this, I just played my new Celestial deck against Kari. Frickin' Kari does not need this. Kari did not need this. Kari wrecked Celestials. It was savage. I mean, we can say that it was close because it was 5-5, but I promise you it was not fucking close. Those damages were taken on purpose. This is good, maybe for a competitive standpoint, because I can definitely see a lot of decks hitting high numbers to where Loppille is going to do something, but in my deck, yeah, no, we do not need this. The deck gets enough power to make up for the lack of shield, but if you want to run it, I say 2 of, because I think the deck kind of needs to focus more on the attacking than the defending, but 2 of is still a good number. Next up, we have Senior's Free Time Altariel. Grade 2 Intercept 5 Persona Raid. Grade 3 Twin Drive Persona Raid. 13k base. Continues rearguard if this unit is a friend, it gets boost. Okay, so once more, kind of like with this one, where you have to have friends to have their effects go off, but if you have them, then cool, because a 13k booster is really good in Mimish, because it forces out numbers. Like, you combine it with the grade 2 that we're going to go over later, which is a 20k swing if you have a full board, followed by this thing as a 13k booster. That's a 33k swing without a Persona Raid. You shove a Persona Raid on that, your opponent's going to have to guard 4 attacks this turn, and 2 of them are hitting for somewhere in the 40s, or high 30s. So Altariel is really good. It's just the fact that she doesn't have friends, which makes it slightly worse. If she had friends, I think it would be enough to bump her up to the rare society, because that is a very good card, but I do think it's still worth running in the deck. 2 of seems fine for me, because I don't want to see it too often, because it doesn't have friends, but I still want to see it often enough, because the 13k boost is really nice. But 2 of 3 of, but I prefer the lower number, just to have more room for more friends, so 2 of. Speaking of the grade 2 that I mentioned with this card, Cheer Smile Larisa. Grade 2 intercept 5k shield, 10k base. I don't know why, the way she looks makes me think she's a double rare, but she's a common. She's not even a rare. I think by looking at her, she's a double, but then I think, okay, well, maybe she's not a double, she's a rare. No, she's a common. Friend, continues rearguard. If you have another unit in the same column as this unit, that and this unit become friends. Basically, what Harmony was from Bermuda Triangle, except you don't have to call something to it, or that turn, you just have to have them in the same column, regardless if they were called that turn or not. In auto rear, when this unit swings into anything, if your opponent's Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater, at the end of turn, this unit gets +2 for each of your other friends. Basically making this so if you have a full board, which you most likely will if you're on Memish, this is a 20k swing, followed by this thing as a booster, 33k swing, and if you have a Persona right on it, 43k swing. Larisa all around is really good. I like its art, its skill is amazing, I love spamming it, and if this thing were to down the board, I'm immediately scooping, because to be fair with you, I love this card slightly more than I love Fortia. I still love Fortia, but I prefer this thing over it. So 4 of Larisa, because she's really good. Like, you remember Signe, that really good grade 1 from Powerful that like had an infinite restand for free? Yeah, that's pretty much this. I mean, granted not of the same rarity and definitely not as strong, but it's the same thing. You run around this at 4. Our equivalent for them in terms of double rarity is I'm Ready Arlette, grade 3 200 Persona Ride, 13k base, another friend card. Continues rear guard if you have another unit in the same column as this unit, that and this unit become friends. Okay, that's cool. You combine it with this thing, it's a 26k swing. And auto rear, at the end of the battle that this attacked, if you have 3 or more other friends, Soul Blast 1, return this card to hand. Okay, at the end of the battle that swung, it gets bounced to hand, so if Friends was the way Harmony worked, where you had to call them that turn, great, it could recycle itself. It can avoid board death, so you're always going to have at least one possible friend on the board. So all around, that's really nice for Arlette. Downside is she has to attack for that to go off, but I do think it's still fine because it's really easy to get a bunch of cards on the board for that to go off, and it's really easy to Soul Blast 1 in this deck. Frankly, in my deck, I think she's the only card that does Soul Blast minus Sweet X Sweet, the thing that can countercharge 1. So Arlette all around's really nice grade 3, and I like it. I do think this deserves to be the double rare over this, but I do think it's still good, so I'll give it a hot 3 of, I think it is. I'm pretty sure I run mine at a 4 of, but I think 3 of is like a good balance number 4, because I think 4 of might be a bit too C, but I still run 4 because Friends is the thing. Now we have another friend in Serious Gaze Evetta. Grade 1 boost 5k shield 8k base. Friend continues rear guard when your other units put in the same column as this unit, then and this unit become friends. Now, I don't know if that's a typo, because I got this earlier from Discord, but the way it's worded implies that it is like Harmony, where the unit has to be placed that turn. I don't know, maybe that was just a typo, but if it is, then okay. If it's not, then interesting that they're going to have alternate requirements for Friends. I do think that would be fun, but really early to have that, I guess. Continues rear guard if you have another friend, this unit gets +2. So 10k base during both players' turns. Now this is where Bushy could have done something smart, implying that Bushy can't do something smart. No, they can do something smart. They have done a lot of smart things, but what they could have done here is, and I know we just got Friends, but they could have made this the alternative ride line grade 1. Literally, the entirety of D series. I think we've gotten one alternative ride line card in general, which was Iron Anchor. No, we've had 2. We have had Iron Anchor from Stoic K and a Stoic K grade 2. Those are the only 2 other options we have had for alternate ride line cards. And they could, even though we did just get Friends, they could have made this an alternate ride line card so that this could be a 10k base during your opponent's turn. So if you went first, they had to call something behind the Vanguard circle for it to hit, and if you went second, well, it's easier, I guess, to guard grade 2s. Evetta, they could have done something smart with you. They really could have, but they didn't. So it's still good. I just wish they would have made it a Vanguard skill. But either way, Evetta's nice. I give her 3 of in my deck. And then we have Transparent Snow-Covered Knight Beretoi. We did get news about this card from before. I'm not going to say, like, this is completely a new card. No, I think the name's new, because we did learn from before that Bermuda was getting the effect triggers, the 5k shield of draw and crit. I mean, draw in front and the crit that goes to soul. But I just wanted to show it off, because I don't know why this was my favorite out of them. Like, I'm a sucker for snow, and you can clearly see there's snow in the background, so there's no reason for me not to put it on here, and I just think this thing was cool. And once more, I think its rarity looks less compared to how it looks, because I think this thing's a double rare by looking at it. So yeah, 4 of in any deck if you want to be smart, or if you're me, only put it in the decks that don't have archetypal triggers, which thanks to Bushy is now impossible. Our next card is Shiny Coat Marcia, grade 1 boost 5k shield 8k base. Continues rear guard during your turn if there are 3 or more jewel cards in your drop zone, this unit gets +5. Okay, I like the support jewels are getting, like, there have been definitely a set one I've playtested jewels. I think it was, like, in terms of aesthetic, it was my most favorite, but in terms of how it would always go out, it was my least favorite. Like, yeah, I don't mind losing, but then when the deck is constantly losing and then you see people play and they're constantly losing, you begin to think it's just like the way it's designed, but they genuinely fixed it. Like, they didn't fix all of its problems. I definitely say there are a few problems, but it it has less need to constantly make out a board. It is less likely to deck out now. It can actually get numbers without having to go try hard mode. So Marcia is a well appreciated addition to the deck with a 5k boost. I'm not so sure if I would run it, but if I were to run it, I would put her at a 3 of. And then we have Snow Skip Parvi. Once more, like the draw trick from earlier, we knew what this was. I'm pretty sure we even knew its name too. But I just wanted to show off its R again. So grade with 0 boost, 15k shield, 4k base, the front trigger that has the 5k shield skill. If the opponent's Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater. Reason why I'm showing this. Snow. Literally, snow, once more, one of my favorite things, and I cannot experience it anymore, but I will force it upon everyone if I get to experience that snow again. So all around, I like this card. It just looks cool. Not really big fan of the cat girl, but I will take it because it does actually look cute with the snow on it. So I have no reason to show this. I just wanted to show off the snow. And now for our last few cards. First up, we have Battle Siren Adelaide, grade 2 intercept 5k shield, 9k base. Active rearguard circle, rest this unit in another rearguard, and if you do, until the turn this unit gets once per turn. At the end of the battle, that a grade 3 or greater Vanguard attacked, +1 to stand this unit, and on a rearguard, when this unit stands during your battle phase by a card ability, this unit gets +5. Okay, so that's pretty good. You can combo this with Thalos, obviously, and use it with Lambros to rest it, get the skill, then to restand it with Lambros, and then you get to basically this thing +10, because I think Thalos rides Lambros during the battle phase, which is really nice. So extra +10 for your swings or any other swings you might do, and Aqua Force, so really good in Premium. It is okay in V. What I'm more shocked about is the fact that we got this, because I thought Lyrical Set was ending today, but either way, Adelaide's still pretty good as a card, so I give her 4 in a Thalos deck. Then we have arguably the best card here, Pure Maiden Katrina. Grade 1 boost, 10k shield, 8k base. Auto was placed on Vanguard or Rearguard. Look at top 3. Choose one card of the option its card name from among them. Reveal, put it to your hand, and put the rest on the bottom. If you did not reveal a card, you may call one plant token. So you either get an Asha, or you get a plant token, which is pretty nice, because it gets you your main grade 3 or your main gimmick. And active Rearguard circle once per turn. Ground +1 and kill only one plant token. And choose whatever Vanguard's option its card name, it gets triple drive for the turn. I think that's amazing. It's so easy to get plant tokens in Asha, and you can just counterblast 1, kill this thing, kill the plant token, boom, your Asha has triple drive for the turn. And its art is amazing. I think Katrina is one of the best cards to come out of random promo day, but 4 of Asha deck. I don't know how people run their Asha deck, but I know I have room for this, so 4. Then we have Thrust Trent Dragon, grade 2 intercept 5k shield, 9k base. On the rear, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if it is third battle that turn or more, this unit gets +5 for the battle. So 14k swing. That's what it is, a 14k swing. But I think it works. I'm pretty sure this is for Stoic Chaos, so that's an easy way to get a 14k swing, I guess, for them. And then you can restand it with High Thruster. They really want you to use High Thruster now. I don't know why. They made us 2 cards that are really good, but they don't want to use it with High Thruster. Good card, I guess. Give it a 3 of. And then our last card is Hoppin Stellar Melty. Grade 2 intercept, 5k shield, 10k base. Triple rare, why not? Friends. Get his rearguard if you have another unit in the friends column. This unit becomes friends. An auto is placed on rearguard during your main phase. Card +1, choose to 1 grade less than or equal, 1 card that is grade less than or equal to your Vanguard from your hand. Call to rearguard. If you called, you draw. So, Bastion's Alden. That's literally what it is. It is Bastion's Alden, except less of a cost, less of a draw. Either way, Melty seems pretty good. I really wish it was from drop, because it's not like I've had the problem yet, but I know it will eventually come where your field will get nuked and calling from hand is not going to do you shit. So I really wish Melty would call from drop, especially because she's a triple rare, but you get what you can get, because it's still really good. So all around, like a 4 for friends. And that's it for this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed. All around, I did think that we were going to get the end of Lyrical Monasterio. Maybe we didn't, I was not paying attention. But even if we didn't, it's going to be done next week, because next week we get Triumphant of Dragon triumphant return of the heroes, or whatever it's called, the set 5 reveals. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join the Patreon, join Discord, follow Twitch, and I'll see you next one. Don't forget to stand up your vanguards.